Fever dub! Bow, bow, bow. Dub in the chat. A W. Ha.
Stop everything you're doing. What you're about to witness will make you question everything you thought you knew about the Indiana Fever. While Caitlin Clark sits on that bench nursing her injury, something extraordinary just happened that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. We're talking about 4 franchise records shattered in a single night, 2 players who weren't even on the roster 3 months ago becoming absolute legends, and a performance so dominant it's got the entire WNBA on notice. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out on the most insane storylines in women's basketball. Smash that notification bell because this is why we watch sports, for moments that give you actual chills.
The 100 win over Phoenix. Stephanie White called that a big win. They were outstanding. Mitchell,
come on.
The former Dallas wing, Natasha Howard.
Nobody was looking for this. We think Kelsey Mitchell's going to shoot, but that is the play to make right there. Nobody in the passing lane.
August 1st. Mark this date in your calendar because this is when everything changed. Picture this. American Airlines Arena, Dallas Wings desperate for a win after losing 8 of their last 10 games, Paige Bueckers ready to make a statement, and Indiana Fever walking in without their superstar for the 6th straight game. The pressure was suffocating. Every expert predicted they'd crumble, every analyst said they couldn't survive without Clark running the show. But here's what they didn't know. This team was about to deliver the most savage response to all the doubters.
Wins in a row, a season high. Just how have you been able to find that rhythm over this stretch?
I think it's been about, we've had some practices, and I think practicing has definitely tuned us up, fine-tuning as far as the details. We knew before All-Star that, the second half of the season is always about people making adjustments, people finding ways to stop what we have to do. And I think that on us, we try to do a good job of staying locked in at practices and shoot-arounds and all that kind of stuff to be where we need to be.
From the opening tip, you could feel the energy shift. This wasn't just a basketball game, this was a statement of war. Kelsey Mitchell wasn't just playing basketball, she was playing with the fury of someone who's been underestimated her entire career. Every shot, every drive, every decision screamed, "We don't need anyone to save us." 23 points on 9 of 19 shooting. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was the attitude. Mitchell grabbed this team by the collar and said, "Follow me." And brother, they did exactly that.
14 20-point games this season in her 8th year. She also has a couple of 30s. And Mitchell trades the 3.
Now have a little bit of an advantage in the paint, and they need to keep doing that.
That time, Dejanay went for the steal, and Mitchell kept it away from her. Would not have taken that call so gently, shall we say. Now, Kalani Brown was her buffer last year. Is Mitchell all the way to the hole?
So you stick together, communicate on defense. This is a high-octane offensive team.
Beautiful pass. Mitchell was so sure of
Yes.
that. After she passed it, she started running down the other end.
But Paige Bueckers, she wasn't backing down from anyone. 22 points showing exactly why she's the future of this league. This rookie was trading buckets with a veteran like she owned the place. The arena was electric. Every possession felt like a heavyweight fight. But here's where it gets controversial. Dallas shot 25 free throws compared to Indiana's 13-25. Fans were going insane on social media, accusing Bueckers of flopping. Even the Wings coach was furious with the refs. But you know what? None of that mattered because Indiana had something Dallas didn't. Heart.
Clock, game clock, almost the same. Carrington, the spin move. No foul called.
And then we witnessed the complete meltdown of DJ Carrington. The reigning most improved player had a performance so bad it was painful to watch. 4 measly points with 5 turnovers. In the third quarter, she dribbled up court and launched a shot so wild that fans literally covered their eyes. This is what pressure does to players who aren't ready for the big moments. While Mitchell was rising to the occasion, Carrington was drowning under the weight of expectations. Sometimes basketball is just that cruel.
The basket here, but you got to go up strong right there. Don't shy away from the defense because they will get out in transition. And Kelsey Mitchell doing what she does. Indiana up in Dallas.
But here's where the story gets absolutely insane. 2 players who were literally nobody 3 months ago just became the heroes of the biggest story in the WNBA. Ari McDonald and Chloe Bibby, names you probably couldn't pronounce 6 months ago, are about to blow your mind. These weren't superstar signings, these weren't headline moves, these were desperation pickups that turned into pure gold. Sometimes the best stories come from the most unexpected places.
You know, finding ways to get wins, and that's going on some scoring bursts, that's being able to rely on multiple players, getting stops when needed, you know, making adjustments and continuing to grow. I mean, this is a group that's been resilient all season long, and I think that we have such quality depth that we can rely on one another, and rely on one another in certain moments.
Ari McDonald's story is straight out of a Hollywood script. This woman was unemployed at the start of the season. No team wanted her, no coach called her, nobody believed in her talent. Then June 25th happened. Indiana called with a lifeline. From hardship contract to rest of season deal, from unknown to indispensable. 15 points and 6 assists against Dallas, running the offense like she's been there for years. This is why you never give up on your dreams, people. McDonald just proved that timing and opportunity can change everything.
Stick to your defensive principles. This is an Indiana team that has very nimble on the offensive end.
McDonald from the outside rattles another three. That's her third of the ball.
But it wasn't just the numbers, it was the intelligence. McDonald has that rare point guard instinct that you can't teach in practice. She knew when to push, when to slow down, when to take over, when to get others involved. Coach White saw it immediately. This isn't just a player, this is a floor general. This is basketball IQ at its finest.
She should have looked up and said, "Oh, aren't you an all-star?" And Cunningham completes it.
That's what Indiana does better than anybody in the WNBA.
Then there's Chloe Bibby, who walked in and said, "Hold my drink." 2 crucial three-pointers in limited minutes, but these weren't lucky shots. These were momentum killers. Every time Dallas tried to make a run, bang. Bibby from downtown. She stretched the floor so perfectly that it opened up the entire offense. After just 2 games, Indiana said, "We need this woman for the rest of the season." That's how you make a first impression.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing with Ari is that she's dependable, and she's dependable not always for production, but she understands the impact that she can make in the game, and she understands how to do it. You know, starting it on the defensive end, pushing pace, dictating tempo, getting to the rim, creating shots for her teammates, you know, all of those things. And she's got an incredible awareness. And so she understands when she's hot, and she understands when somebody else is hot and how to get them the ball. But I've just been really proud to see her confidence grow in our system and the ownership that she's taking and being that leader on the floor for us.
While you were watching the scoreboard, something historic was happening that nobody realized. We're talking about 4 different franchise records being broken in one night. Not good performances, record-breaking, history-making, legendary performances. Get ready to have your mind completely blown.
I said Boston, the rebound to Mitchell. McDonald splits the D. Bibby, this is where she's good. She can extend the defense, and she's done it.
For that nice jumper.
Bueckers again, another double-digit game, 6 in the quarter. Here's Bibby, launches, buries the 3.
Bibby, don't do it like that.
Here's the first record that will make you lose your mind. Aliyah Boston and Natasha Howard just became the first teammates in WNBA history to both record at least 10 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals in the same game. Read that again. In the entire history of the WNBA, no 2 teammates had ever achieved those numbers together. Boston, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. Howard, 11 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. This is legendary stuff right here.
You signed Chloe Bibby to a rest of season contract today. Just what impressed you about her on that 7-day and those 2 games she played in?
Well, number one, just the way that she fit in right away. She gives us a different look from that forward position with her ability to stretch the floor. And particularly in 2 games where we really needed to create space for AB to go to work inside, she was able to do that for us. She came in and she learned the system right away. It just was such an easy transition, and she's produced.
Let's talk about Natasha Howard's career-high 16 rebounds. This woman was playing like she was angry at every basketball on the court. She dominated the boards like she was playing against high schoolers. Every miss, every loose ball, every opportunity, Howard was there first. This is what happens when a veteran decides to take over a game.
Watch the attention Boston gets. Opens up a lot for the guards. Here's Boston. Bueckers
Tough.
had nothing she could do. No rebound, Howard. That's rebound number 9 to go along with her 9 points. Beautiful dish inside to Boston.
What we'll do is share the basketball. And here, just a little dump down to Boston.
Hey, Carrington rolls to the hole. Howard with a rejection.
To the basket here, but you got to go up strong right there.
Kelsey Mitchell now leads the entire WNBA in most 20-point games since the All-Star break. Her 23 points against Dallas was her 13th game this season with 20+. While everyone talks about rookies and superstars, Mitchell has been the most consistent scorer in the league. This woman is automatic when her team needs buckets.
That pass outside to Howard.
Oh,
Boston
wow.
at the basket, foul on Haley Jones.
It is not a move her out geographically away from the lane to get her off the basket. Tough rebound there.
Geisel shooter's going to come out. Lee Yu-Ru will check into the...
Chloe Bibby just made franchise history by hitting multiple three-pointers in each of her first 3 games. Those 2 threes weren't just shots, they were history-making moments. No Fever player had ever started their career with the team like this. She's literally rewriting the record books with every shot.
The 100 win over Phoenix. Stephanie White called that a big win.
Ooh,
They were outstanding.
goodness.
Mitchell,
come on.
the former Dallas wing, Natasha Howard.
Nobody was looking for this. We think Kelsey Mitchell's going to shoot, but that is the play to make right there. Nobody in the passing lane.
Ari McDonald became the 3rd fastest player in Fever history to reach 150 points and 50 assists. The only players ahead of her, Caitlin Clark and Tamika Catchings. That's elite company for someone who wasn't even on the roster 3 months ago. This is what happens when talent meets opportunity.
For us, when we get a chance to really put ourselves in a position to, win games, we got to win them. I think any competitor knows that when we say win them, and I think we took some time off. We had a little drop off today, and I think that's what she's talking about. It was inconsistent. I think we could have been a little bit better.
4 records in one night proved this wasn't luck. This was a complete team transformation. The Boston-Howard combination gave them front court dominance they'd never seen. Mitchell provided the scoring punch. Bibby stretched the floor immediately. McDonald ran the offense like a 10-year veteran. This is what happens when chemistry meets talent.
Obviously, Ari, you only joined this team mid-season, officially on a full contract now. Congratulations. But just the impact that Ari has had overall, how do you feel like?
Oh, it's unbelievable. This is our blessing in disguise. We always tell her that we appreciate her seriously.
Kelsey Mitchell's post-game comments contained a message that every Fever fan needed to hear. When she called McDonald our blessing in disguise, that wasn't just praise. That was a subtle message about how much better this roster construction has become. This team found their identity through adversity, and they're not looking back.
Our season was all over the place, obviously, with, the people that was on the team, the people that wasn't on the team, injury, Tutu not being around as much with her injuries, and just, it takes a lot for a pro to step up and, be where her feet is and step and fill in shoes that, not a lot of people expect. And I think for Ari, she compliments myself, all the other players so well because she just gets it as far as knowing where people are, knowing the chemistry. And I think for us to her, we have to make sure that we keep patting her on the back because this is a big position to fill. And I think that she's doing it unbelievably well. So shout out to you, Ari.
Love it.
Here's the locker room energy after this game was electric. Players talking about improved chemistry, that us versus the world mentality paying off. This wasn't just empty words after a good win. This was a team that found their soul through the fire. The commitment to each other was visible on every possession.
And I asked Kelsey in regards to, or about this, but Ari, just the impact that she's had for you all this season. What do you like most about what you've seen from her thus far?
No, number one, her energy. I mean, she is, she's an energy giver. She's fast. Her speed changes the game for us. Her ability to get the ball from one end to the other quickly. Her ability to get into players defensively. She changes the game for us in that way. I have continued to be impressed with just how quickly she immersed herself, into our team and fit in right away.
Now imagine this record-breaking group getting Caitlin Clark back. The chemistry they built without her will only get stronger when she returns. This Fever team just proved they're not Caitlin Clark plus 4 players trying to keep up. They're a legitimate championship contender with depth that nobody saw coming. With Clark returning to join this transformed team, 2025 is looking absolutely incredible. The WNBA better take notice because Indiana just announced they're coming for everything.